tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to recreate this horror fairy. I feel like I'm saying whore, but I'm saying horror. Horror fairy. So this is a big collaboration with Goldie Starling, Made You Look, Claire Deli's art, and Sokolum 79. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to check out all of these wonderful girls and look at their horror fairies, not whore fairies. Horror, that would be the worst idea ever. Let's create horror fairies. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and now let's begin the tutorial. I start the look off by using a white eyeliner pencil to outline all of the features. So this is going to help give me an idea of where everything will be painted, and that helps cut down on errors. So if I just decided to start painting right off the back and I made a mistake, I would have to take all the face paint off. So this just kind of helps reduce errors, like I said. So I outlined the stretched skin, the staples. I made sure I created a staple and stretched skin part around the ear, and then I outlined my mouth, the eyes. I can't wear contacts, so I like to paint on my eyes a lot, and then I outlined the teeth. I used Mehron's white body paint as my skin color. I didn't want it to be too opaque, so I made sure to blend it out so my skin color kind of appeared through the paint. To apply the paint, I'm using Made You Look's foundation brush, and to get into the little corners near the staples and to paint my eye color on, I used Made You Look's eyeshadow brush. My favorite brushes for painting are Made You Look brushes, and I'm not saying that just because she's my friend and like I love her, but because like they truly are the best brushes I've used for painting. They minimize brush streaks by a lot, and I tend to get brush streaks when using other brands of brushes, so that's why those are my favorite brushes. I wish she would come out with more detailing brushes, that'd be awesome. Once I've got the eye color painted, I use a thin craft store brush and Wolf's black paint to outline around the eyes and create a vein design, if that makes sense. Or it kind of looks like the roots of like a tree, a plant, I don't know, just like the roots of it. You can do any design here that you want. I chose to go with this design because I've always thought that that type of design is very creepy. I then used the black paint to fill in my brows a bit so they didn't get too washed out with the white face paint, and then I used it to outline the skin and the staples. Near each staple, you want to paint a curved line right under it so that it looks like there's a hole going to the skin, or like, you know, there's actually a staple in your head. And then you want to create stretch marks or wrinkles using a thin brush, and you just create light strokes below each staple. This is important because this is what's going to give your skin that appearance like it's being stretched out. Make sure you create stretch marks near the edges of the stretched skin and near the mouth, and then you use the black paint to outline the mouth and paint the inside of it. To paint the staples, I used a metallic silver paint from Wolf. You can use whatever color you like here. I kind of wish I used a gray paint because I felt like the silver blended in too much with the white paint, so they kind of look too similar to each other. So you can use whatever color you want, but if I did this again, I would probably use gray paint. Before I start to paint the muscle fibers, I made sure to outline some of them using the black paint. Muscle fibers go in different directions on the body. It's not all the same like direction, so they're not all going down and they're not all going to the left and the right. So I needed to define that on my skin. Once I did that, I used Mehron's red paint to paint every area that is a muscle fiber. If you want more realistic looking muscle fibers, I wouldn't go with just a red paint. I would probably mix the red with a tan color or even a pink with a tan. It's all up to you, but I just chose red because it's simple and it looks very like cartoonish. I then go back with the black paint and use that to define each muscle fiber area by creating muscle fiber strokes on mainly the edges of each muscle fiber area, if that makes sense. You can look at a picture of a body's muscle fiber anatomy to get an idea of which direction each area of muscle fibers should be going in. Now use a tan paint to add some more muscle fiber streaks. Use this color mainly in the middle of each area. You can add other colors if you want afterward, like other you know, tones of red or tan, but I just chose to use 3 colors, and you know, that was the red as the base, black to define, and then the tan to highlight. To paint the gums, I mixed Mehron's pink paint with Wolf's Ivory paint. After that, I started painting the teeth white. To define the teeth a little bit more, I used Mehron's yellow paint, and I just applied that to mainly like the top of each tooth, and then I used black mixed with white to create a gray color that I used to just add some little strokes on the teeth, you know, to make them like pop out a little bit more. And then I went back with Mehron's red paint and added some blood to the teeth and a little bit like dripping down near the chest. So it kind of looked like I just bit into one of my victims. My idea for my fairy was more so like she takes the skin of her victims, but they're fairy victims, like other fairies that are prettier than her, not humans, because I don't know any human that is this color. Now it's time to shade, which is like my favorite thing when I paint. It's like I love shading because it makes things like really pop out. So you want to shade near some of the stretch marks that you created. You want to shade randomly on the face and on the body, just kind of dirty up the look a bit, because I mean just the opaque, it's not opaque, but I mean like the cleanness of the white paint. I don't like that. I like to dirty it up a bit and make my fairy look a little like rugged. And then I go ahead and shade around the muscle fibers where the skin opening is, especially on the chest part that I created, because it really makes it look like 3D. Like it makes it look like there actually is a rip in the skin. To give the illusion that your ears are pointier and smaller than they are without using prosthetics, go back with whatever color you chose as your skin color and paint on your desired ear shape. Once you've painted that shape on, use the black paint to cancel out your natural skin color. Now, I know this is easier for me to do because I am a brunette, so the black paint blends in with my hair more easily, but if you have lighter hair, you can just throw on a black beanie or get like really fancy with your makeup and apply a bald cap. Moving on to the final touches, I went back with the black face paint and started to define the gums and then shade around that area using the black eyeshadow. So I shaded around the teeth and around the gums, and then I used the red face paint to just add a little bit of like paint strokes on top of the gums so it wasn't just that flat red color. To make the nose look a little bit more pixie-like, I used the black face paint to create circles on the tip of the nose. So that made it look a little bit cuter, like a cute creepy fairy. I then used the black paint to create some nostrils above my real nostrils so they look a little bit more pointier, and then to define the bridge of my nose to slim it out and make it look more pixie-like I said. And then the final thing I did was use a white cream paint on my eyes, so a cream one, not a like water activated face paint, and I apply that to the eyes to make them really white because white paint tends to streak. And then that was it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you like it, and make sure you check out everybody else, Goldie Starling, Made You Look, Claire Deli's Art, and Sokolum79, and give it a thumbs up like I said if you want more tutorials with these girls. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.